Hey guys, today we're going to talk about lighting. So I love lighting. It's one of my favorite subjects to talk about in the field of video and photo, and it's amazing just how much of a difference lighting can make to increase the quality of a shot. For example, if I turn off these nice lights I'm using right now and just use the ceiling light, it looks like this. And this just looks terrible, right? Even if I adjust my exposure, bring it up so you can see me properly, this isn't a nice looking video. It's the same lens, it's the same equipment I was just using 5 seconds ago, but now it looks terrible. So today I specifically want to talk about one of my favorite lights that I have. Now, admittedly, I don't own a whole lot of lights, but one of my favorite lights is this little Aputure light that I use as my fill light for most of my videos. It's called the, hang on. Hey Google, Aputure LED light. The Aputure AL-F7. That's the light that I have right here. Now this is a mini LED light, I guess you could say. It's a light panel, but it's meant to be mounted on top of your camera, but really you can use it for whatever. Now the reason I love this light so much is because of the portability and the versatility. Let me explain. This light's very small, it can be powered in 3 different ways, and it can be used in a variety of situations. I just realized I never opened my curtains after I did the little lighter thing. There we go, that really brightens up the room. First of all, this light has tripod mounts on each side of the light, which means you can mount them any way you want, and you could actually technically screw multiples of them into each other to make one big light. It has fully adjustable brightness from 1% to 100%, and fully adjustable temperature all the way through the Kelvin scale. Now, a complaint people have with bicolor lights, lights that can be tungsten and daylight, is that they're not as bright because half the lights have to be tungsten and half the lights have to be daylight, which means if you're all the way daylight, then the tungsten lights are off, and if you're all the way tungsten, the daylight lights are off, which means the light isn't as bright. Which is true, but in this light's case, they made it so that right in the middle, which in this case is 5200 Kelvin, all the lights are on at the same equal brightness. So that's how you can get the maximum brightness out of this light. Now, the brightness and the Kelvin can be both adjusted by a little knob on the side, and you can see the adjustments with a little LCD screen on the back. And on the front of the light, there are little slots for diffusion panels. So the light comes with 2 levels of diffusers that you can just slot right in front of the light, so you don't need to, put up a diffusion panel or something like that. It just goes right on the light. And it's also very versatile because it can be powered 3 ways. You can plug an AC adapter in and power it straight from the wall. There is a USB-C port, so you can power it from a laptop or a USB battery bank. And then there's a slot on the back for the universal Sony batteries that pretty much every light uses. And although I do use this as my fill light and not my main light, so it's not up all the way brightness wise, this light is pretty bright. And if you wanted to, especially with cameras and their ability to have higher ISO ranges these days, you could probably use this as a main light for, setup like this. So I have a big softbox right here, and then I have my little mini light right here as a fill. So you can see if I turn this off, half my face is gonna get a little darker. See, that's what this light is doing right now. It's just filling in the shadows a bit. So this is with it off, and that's with it on. But let me show you how I can use only this light to light this YouTube video. So I'm gonna turn off my softbox now. So now the brightness is up on this light all the way. I have the thicker diffusion panel on it, so that does darken it a little bit. But then I just move it in as close to my face as possible while keeping it out of frame. And turning up my brightness a little bit there. Let's move it a little more. I'm running out of real estate here on my floor. So something like that, maybe higher, raise it up just a little bit. And there we go, now this video is being lit, well, I'm being lit only by this light. Now, it's not quite the same quality as when I had both lights, and that's why I use 2 lights. But, this is pretty acceptable quality for a YouTube video. You can also move it around. So if I put it at my side, I can have like a dramatic light, kind of like this. You know, something like this where, you know, it's just half my face is lit. And now I'm back to my regular light. So yeah, that's kind of the cool part about this light, is you can use it for so many things, and that's why I like it so much. It's not as good as a dedicated like big light bulb in a soft box and things like that, but for the price it is and for the size of it is, it's one of my favorite lights I've used. Now, this is not a sponsored video, unfortunately. That would be pretty cool. But if you would like to buy this light, there is an Amazon affiliate link in the description. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you today. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. You can subscribe for more videos like this. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Gotta turn off all my lights to make this look interesting.